What is good, guys? It's Rey-Jay back with another video, and in this one I want to break down what's happening with SPY, Tesla, Nvidia, the QQQ, and a couple of other tickers. I'm going to break down what's happening with the market moving forward and talk about some big developments on the charts that you should be watching for in terms of levels and such. But let me just mention that I am not a financial planner. Make sure you take nothing I say as financial advice, and also if you guys can, please check out the Moomoo link. You deposit $100, you're guaranteed 5 free stocks. You deposit $1,000, you're guaranteed 15 in total. And the offer ends very soon, in just about 8 days from now. Anyways, now I just want to talk about what's happening with the market. So I just want to mention that right now, looking at the way things are looking for Tesla and Google, both of them are still seeing some interesting price action as they have earnings after the market closes. So don't forget about that, especially for Tesla. It's going to be a very, very big one. And then for data about the markets, there's not really much coming out. We just have some bill auctions coming out and the next 2-year note auction. It's all very, very minor. The data wasn't really affecting us that much. There's not really a whole lot going on with it. So I just want to focus on the charts now and just kind of talk about what I see. So on SPY, we had a very, very tricky morning. We kind of pumped, dumped, back and forth and back and forth. Now we're holding up decently. Just remember this: as long as SPY closes above 555.23 for today, it's going to favor upside, and we're going to continue to remain bullish. But if we hold below that, I'm going to become not really bearish. I would just become a little concerned about it if we don't, hold above 555.23. And if we were to lose 554, our 50 EMA, I would turn even more concerned. I would turn a little bit more bearish. But looking at the current technicals with the inverse head and shoulders like structure that's forming, and this imbalance to fill all the way up here, this does favor upside all the way up to about 559 a share. So this to me looks even more bullish. I think that this is favoring upside from a technical standpoint. I think that's going to likely try to push higher. Just know that the price action is a little bit tricky, and as long as we're above 555.23, we are favoring the upside. So watch and see if we continue to hold above that structure. Watch and see if these imbalances fill. So far, we look bullish and looks like SPY wants to push higher, but just to be safe, watch the levels for confirmation. For also, let me just go over ES and others just real quick. So ES is showing the same thing. It looks more bullish than bearish. As long as we don't lose 5600, we remain bullish. As long as we're above 5611, we will strongly favor upside. So as long as we maintain the structure, we could be getting closer to 5650. It depends if we hold these levels, so watch and see, but that's looking pretty good so far. For SPX looks bullish as well, inverse head and shoulders. 5620 would be our target. Also, there's this big gap to fill, so we'll see if that ends up being the case. So far, it is looking more bullish. Let's see if we crack past 5600. For Nvidia is testing basically this 124 area as resistance. Breakdown, I think we're easily going to fill the gap for 126. If we were to lose 122, I'd be looking for a dip all the way down to 120.5. This is favoring 126. It looks more bullish to me. For Bitcoin, we're looking decent overall. We're just kind of shuffling between 66 and 68,000. I am seeing some weakness developing here because we had this high here. We've been making lower highs and lower lows. So this might actually retest the low here at 65,900, basically 66,000. And if that fails us, we will be looking for a dip. So be careful on Bitcoin. It's looking a little weak right now. So we'll see how well this ends up holding up. For others out there, we also happen to have Tesla. Tesla's not really doing much, guys. It's just kind of shuffling very close to about 250, a little bit under it, which is completely fine. I want to see it break past 252 to turn back up. And if we end up failing at 248, look for a dip for about 246.5. Overall, guys, it's just kind of shuffling, not really doing much. But I just want to remind you not to really worry about Tesla. Tesla has earnings in less than like 5-6 hours from now. That's going to be very, very important. And what they announce is going to be very, very huge for the share price. Musk is going to be talking about the robo-taxi, new developments for FSD, not to mention the Optimus robots and things like that. And guidance is going to be very, very important. So in my opinion, there's going to be a big move. We could be running it past 270 or even getting a rug pull below 220. Regardless of what happens, the share price is still in a very, very important phase. And we just have to be very patient, at least nonetheless. For NQ, we're looking more, we're looking more bullish, trying to break past 20,000. As long as we hold above 20,000, this is going to favor a move all the way up towards about 20,150. So it's looking more bullish. But we have to try to hold above 20,000 just for confirmation. If we were to lose 19,950, I will turn more bearish, but so far so good. The QQQ is testing the 484 area, just under 485. That's the level we called out. If we break that, I think we could be going for 488. If we fail here, look at 481 as key support. If we lose that, we turn bearish. Overall, this is looking more bullish and has more potential, so we'll just have to give this some time. Aapl has a nice double bottom like structure. If we manage to break past 227, I'll be looking for a pump all the way up towards 228. And if that breaks on Aapl, we're easily going back up to 230 plus. So watch those resistance levels, the 200 EMA, then 228, then 230 is coming. If you were to reject you, we'd be dipping all the way down towards 225. But overall, we are looking more bullish in my opinion. Also, when it comes to the IWM, we're looking more bullish right over here. We have this imbalance to fill up here towards 224. There's a nice double bottom leg structure, inverse head and shoulder, so it does favor upside, especially if we break the high of the day. 224 would be our target. As long as we don't lose 219, we favor upside, so looking pretty good so far on the IWM. Coinbase is going to be testing 264 possibly as key support, and then we have 272 as resistance. Still stuck in the middle. It's going to likely shuffle for now. It's not really doing much. Amazon's breaking out as you predicted. I said that if we break past 185, we turn bullish. We broke resistance. We're approaching 185. I think we could even get closer to about 190, so it's doing a good job at holding up. And we have key support at 187.23, so it's doing a good job at holding up, in my opinion. For Meta, we have a nice uptrend right over here. We could be approaching the 500 area as resistance. It's doing a great job, so it looks more bullish. Microsoft is looking more bullish with the nice inverse head and shoulders. We have this nice gap to fill up here. So with 448 here, we could be breaking this for 450. We also have support at 444. If that fails, let's look at 442 and below. But this is favoring upside, and we could get closer to 450. Google's looking more bullish on the daily time frame and also on the hourly and 30 minutes time frames. So we have a nice inverse head and shoulders. This does favor a big move up. However, it also depends on earnings. Will earnings help this pump or not? We'll just have to wait and see. For Google, and not Google, GameStop, excuse me. GameStop is just kind of shuffling. It's very, very boring. I could be looking for a retest of 25.21, but not really much is going on with it. AMC is dipping as you predicted. I said that 5.13 was likely coming, if not $5, and that's what's happening so far. So we're going to be watching to see how well it holds above 5 or not. So I'll be very, very patient. With that being said, guys, SPY is holding up well, but as long as we hold up at 555.2, we're going to be fine. If we lose it, be very careful. But so far, we are favoring upside as long as we're above 555.23 on SPY. So we'll just have to see how things go. Don't forget about Tesla's earnings alongside that of Google. And with that being said, for other earnings, just real quick, don't forget that going into the next few days, we still have big earnings for Tuesday and Wednesday. And then the data that comes out from GDP numbers on Thursday to PCE on Friday is going to be a lot more intense. So the next couple of days will be very, very important. We have big earnings for Tuesday and Wednesday, and then Thursday and Friday is when we have more data coming out. So with all the data that's coming out, be very, very mindful of how the market's moving. Be careful with all the trickery that's going on, and I'll see you guys very, very soon on the next one. Thank you all so much for listening. I'll be back in about maybe 2 or 3 hours to give you guys another update on the markets. I want to provide you guys with more insights about what's about to happen with the earnings coming out and how it could affect SPY and the others. I'll talk more about that in just a few hours and give the market some time to develop. So we'll see how things go. Until then, take care, guys, and peace out.